Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I wanted to get on and just talk to you for a few minutes about how is not your business. How is just simply not your business. Okay, I ponder over this thought and I think about it. I think about the promises of God and the things that I know that he wants to do through my life, the things that I know he wants to do through your life. And guess what? Sometimes it's easy to be like, well, God, how is this going to happen? I don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to come about because it doesn't even look like it's going to happen if you really just look at the surface side of things. But thinking about how God works, he wants you to be encouraged and know that today, keep in mind that how is simply not your business. It's not up to you to determine how every piece of the plan is going to come together, how it's all going to flow so perfectly and synergistically the way that you think it might go. Guess what? It may not be the way that you think that it's going to happen. You may have a goal or a thing in your mind and you're thinking this is the exact way that it's going to come to fruition. But you see as you're going along the path that, wow, it's just not happening at the way that I thought it was going to happen. And God is trying to let you know that it's okay. I have the ultimate plan for your life. I know exactly what's going to happen at the end because I've already done the end before I ever even did the beginning. So I already know how your life is going to play out. We only know in pieces and parts. And so therefore we're like, how, why, what? Oh my God, I thought this was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen through this individual. I thought it was going to happen through this entity. I thought it was going to happen through this job. I thought it was going to happen through this particular friend. Whatever you have in your mind's eye as to how it's going to happen, let's get rid of that theory for a minute and say, Lord, I trust you and I believe you and I 100% know that you've got my back. You have my back at all times. And whatever you want to have happen in my life and whatever you allow to have happen in my life will come to pass. And so the promises that God has given us, I want you to be encouraged. I want you to hold steadfast to what you know that God has given you as your goals, your dreams, the things that he put deep down on the inside of you. Don't lose sight of those things because you're a masterful masterpiece that he's working on. And at the end of the day, you're going to come forth as pure gold. So just be encouraged in knowing that. And one of the stories that kind of stuck out to me was in the book of Acts, at Acts 27, chapter 27. You'll be able to see in verse 27, I think is where it begins, if I'm not mistaken. But make sure that you check this out. In there, Paul is on this ship and it's all kind of chaos kind of breaking out because it's looking like, oh my goodness, we're not going to make it. We're on this ship, we're out 120 feet deep, and things are looking a little bit scary. It's like not looking like we thought it was going to look when we got out here in this deep end. And so initially, some of the guys go out and they try to lower the anchors and say this is what the plan's going to be. But really, they were trying to trick the situation out. So let's talk about that for a second. There's some people that try and trick the situation out, and they make you believe that they're going to help you pursue your dreams and your goals, and they got your back. No matter what, I'm with you 100%. But at the end of the day, when things start getting a little bit shaky, guess what? Nowhere to be found. So keep that in mind too, that some of these guys that were out there on the boat, they were like trying to trick Paul out and was like, let's go lower these anchors and we're going to get things all situated. And sure enough, that wasn't the goal at all. They were trying to make an escape attempt for themselves so that they could actually get to safety if there was a chance for anybody to get to safety. But Paul peeped their game, basically. And what he said is, listen, if you guys decide that you're going to officially jump ship and leave us here on this boat, none of us are going to make it, including the ones that think that you're going to jump ship and make it to safety. You're not. You're still not going to make it. So why not let's re-strategize and come up with a theory that's going to actually work for the entire team. And so what Paul said is, let's all decide how we're going to do this thing. First of all, we haven't eaten in a long time. I think he said it was maybe like 14 days or something. We haven't eaten a good meal. So we need to make sure that we eat. Every person on the boat eat and get full and plentiful. And that's exactly what they did in this particular story. I love the word of God. I love the Bible because you get the opportunity to kind of get these nice stories, but they're from a biblical perspective. But there are things that if we follow that roadmap will help us live our lives in such a effective way. So anyway, when Paul is going on to talk about how all of us need to eat and get full, and it works because if they were able to throw all of the excess stuff after getting their bellies full, the extra grain and things like that, over the side and lighten the boat a little bit. At the end of the day, the next day they rested and everybody was okay, still stressed out, like, I still don't see the end result here. I can't envision how this is going to happen. I really can't see how my so-called dream is going to come true. And I'm sitting here kind of shipwrecked, stranded out here in the deep end. Where is the end? How do I see light at the end of the tunnel? Many of you may be feeling that way. Where do you see light at the end of the tunnel? Whenever you can see, no, I'm out here in the deep end and it's looking a little grim and dark, and oh my goodness, this is not what I was anticipating. So the next day when they get up and they realize that the ship wrecks into the side of an embankment. It's like, oh my gosh, no, now we have like all of these broken pieces. Our ship is shipwrecked. What's going to happen? But they could see the shore. They just couldn't get to the shore. They couldn't get there because all they had at this point was a bunch of broken pieces. The broken pieces, Paul instructed them to the centurions, all of them, get off the boat, get you a piece of broken pieces that's out there, that's out in the water, that's floating around, and all 276 of us will survive if you follow my command. I'm telling you that no matter what it takes for you to get across to the other side of the shore, it can look dark. It can look like there's no means for you to be able to make it. It can actually look like, my goodness, these are only just crumbled, broken pieces. How am I going to ever survive when I don't have a lifeboat? I don't have the basic supplies and the basic means to be able to accomplish my goals and my dreams. I am here to encourage you today that no matter what it looks like, no matter how many broken pieces are floating out in the water, out in the shore, all along in the different environments, and everything looks like it's crumbling around you, I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to know that you are somebody special and that God's not going to let anything happen to you that he hasn't already ordained from the foundation of the earth. So whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, I want you to find one of those broken pieces and I want you to hold on to that broken piece and say, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, I am holding on for dear life and I'm going to get to the other side. How is simply not your business. How was not their business. They didn't know how they were going to make it when they saw that their ship was wrecked, but God knew how they were going to make it. If they simply was obedient, if they were obedient and listened to the commands and just took away all anxiety, all stress, all aggravation, and said, you know what? This one broken piece, doesn't matter how small the piece is. It can be just one little teeny tiny piece. But if you can get on there and hold on in some regard, that one broken piece might be the thing that changes the outcome of your destiny. So today I encourage you to stop worrying about how. How is it going to happen? How is our business going to succeed? How is our family going to grow and be all that we've been destined and called to do and to be? How is it that I'm going to be an international television talk show host when I have 200 and some subscribers on YouTube? How is simply not my business. I know that God knows how to orchestrate everything, and he knows how to turn things around in a moment's notice. So whatever you're going through, whatever situation that you're dealing with, hey, let me stop for 1 second. Speaking of which, you get not because you ask not. So I'm asking you all that are on here to please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Kim Jacobs Show. Please make sure you do so right away and turn on your notifications. And I'd greatly appreciate it because obviously in order for the show to be great, I need to have viewers like you guys that tune in and pay attention to some of the things that are coming out in the near future, okay? And also, if you want free coaching session for 30 minutes, the people that have taken advantage of this, and there's quite a few people that have really taken advantage of the 30-minute coaching session, you can go to Kim Jacobs Consulting kimjacobsconsulting.com and book your 30 minutes. It's a free session. At the end, I do offer you an opportunity for me to go on the journey with you. But if for some reason you say, I'm just not interested, I only wanted my free stuff, in that 30 minutes, I can tell you that you're going to leave with enough information that you will feel like, wow, I got some stuff that can change the course and the direction of my life. Every person, every single person that's taken advantage of that 30-minute free session said that it did something to change their lives. So I'm encouraging you to go to kimjacobsconsulting.com. And even if you come with a broken piece, it's okay, because at the end of the day, you're going to make it to the other side safely to the land. And I think it was called, they said it was on Malta, if I'm not mistaken. Listen to me carefully. We are all called according to God's purpose to do some great things, some great works, to be able to salt this earth. And without the gifts and the talents that God gave you, the entire world is going to miss out. So don't let the world miss out on what God gifted you. And he expects you. He expects you to be able to do exactly what he called you to do. So whatever he put on the inside of you, I want you to get to the other side of the shore. It doesn't matter how, as long as it's all legal and it's all God ordained. How is not your business. I hope this helped someone today. Thank you so much for chiming in. Please put your comments. Please show your love. But most importantly, please make sure you go and get to the other side of the shore for your dreams and your goals to become a reality. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.